Just like nice to see you again on Friday morning. Good
Yes, nice
morning.
again. Yes, nice to see you
Nice
again, of
again.
course.
I know they are not workaholics, for example. So.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Now
will
we're okay. So my
my
notes
we
are
are
open.
starting our
Yeah, my
notes.
notes are open too. You know,
Yeah,
just so
we
that.
are starting with our notes, but
Yeah.
it's one of my masks. So it's one of the complex PTSD masks.
Yeah. Coming back to
That
last topic, to the last topic.
Yes, because
Mm-hmm.
people with complex PTSD, when they are wearing their mask, they, for example, try to hide something. So they try
Yeah.
to hide their real identity and their real self.
Okay.
But maybe now I'm myself and it's the real myself. So I'm just
Yes.
talking about everything and not got to the point because I'm not
Mm-hmm.
prepared enough, or maybe I think I'm not prepared enough, even if I am prepared enough. But
Yeah,
my
I think option B is the valid one because you are prepared.
oh no, oh no,
Yes, I remember you shared your um, what can we call it? Your
no,
all the effort that you put into just making the notes. I mean,
yeah,
that doesn't come from nowhere. You have to
but
put in the
making
effort.
efforts. But efforts don't mean that you are prepared. You can
Of
try
course,
a
it
lot.
does.
So the hill is tailed with efforts. The hill is
Filled with
piekło.
efforts.
Piekło jest
Aha.
wybrukowane staraniami i wysiłkami.
The pavement is filled with efforts. Maybe we could, yeah, translate it like that. But that's a Polish
Aha.
saying, or what kind of
Nie,
saying is that?
tak, że piekło jest wybrukowane dobrymi chęciami i
Ah,
staraniami.
hell.
Aha,
Sorry, I understood pavement.
yeah.
I
I
connected
was
it to
thinking about
pavement.
tail, that you have tails and you just tailed the whole hell with strong efforts. Oh,
Oh my, okay, I have to
no,
dig into
no,
that.
I'm
I'll
kidding.
make a
No,
note.
no,
I'll
I'm
make a
kidding.
note and I'll come back to it.
No, please do not. 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 So the point is, people with
Yes.
complex PTSD have a lot of addictions,
Okay,
even if
so
they
we
do not
are
realize.
talking about Heidi, right?
Yeah, we are always talking about Heidi.
We
We are
will be
always
talking. Okay.
we will be
Okay.
talking about Heidi, yes, but we will be talking about more stuff because
I'm
I do
sure.
everything not to give you żeby nie dać ci głosu. Please help me.
Oh,
I do everything just not to give you your voice. No, nie chcę
yeah,
mówić, że
yeah, just not to give you voice, exactly, so that
just
you are
just not to
silent and
give
listen.
voice.
I'm
Yes, please be
listening.
silent. Please be silent because if you are silent, I have no homework. If you say something, you are so smart and so intelligent, and you are overwhelming me with your wisdom, and then I have to learn a lot. I have to read a lot. I have to check many speeches in through the internet. So then I have a lot of homework, of course, from my head because
Yeah,
I am doing, jak powiedzieć, że zadaję sobie, I am doing this homework
it's
for
me
me.
who gives the homework, yeah, to myself,
Yes,
yeah. But then we can say we're even, because
even.
I can feel
Yeah.
overwhelmed by the amount of homework I get from you too.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Oh,
but
let's just get down to business. Yes.
let's go to the point.
Yes.
Before we start with 10 lies,
Yes.
maybe it's possible that we will finish this 10 lies before I retired. But it's not. Yeah,
Before you retire. How many years do
yeah,
we have? 20?
yeah,
We have 20 years. Okay.
because we are actually for 25 minutes talking about everything but not the point.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
maybe in
but
10
this
years,
camera. Yeah.
no, you look gorgeous. You look gorgeous. You look gorgeous. I
I don't
like
know
it
which way
very
my
much.
hair goes.
And
Okay.
this morning I was thinking about cutting my hair, and
Uh-huh.
I actually ordered a visit
You booked an
my
appointment
hairdresser. Huh?
today? Today? You booked an
Today I
appointment?
ordered. Today I ordered
Booked.
for
I
the
booked an
5th of
appointment.
February. Booked
Mm-hmm.
an appointment for the 5th of February. So the 5th of
Oh,
February, I will cut my hair and I will dye it, and I will do something better with my hair because I do not like this
but
long
you
hair.
look very nice. No, you don't like it, but it's a tricky length because like my length is also I can't do anything with this hair. Either I cut it or I wait.
Yeah, but your hair is gorgeous. My hair looks like,
And what if I say that your hair is gorgeous too? And then what are you going to
oh,
do with
thank
that?
you. But I feel like an old woman with this hair, using this hair, wearing this
Well, then,
hair.
of course, if it doesn't help
No,
you to
it
feel
doesn't.
good,
No,
then
no, because I have a huge head. So when I have long hair, and they are, I don't know what they are and how they look like. So I do prefer having short hair, but
you feel
that's not
more comfortable.
that's not the
Okay.
matter
No,
of the
that's not the
yeah,
main
start
topic
with
of
me.
our
Start with me.
conversation.
You do not focus on the topic, and you are making me a little bit perplexed. Please focus on the topic. Please focus on the topic.
This is only in Polish, you know? We don't have this in English. Psik,
Yeah,
psik, psik.
really?
Yeah, we don't
Ciuś,
have that
ciuś.
in English.
A ciuś, ciuś? Ciuś, ciuś, ciuś.
No, we
Wstydź się,
don't. We
jesteś
don't have.
gej.
Yeah, yeah.
Gej.
Shame on you. We have like
Shame
this,
on you,
but
shame on
like
you.
this, it's not doesn't work in English.
Now,
Okay.
before we go to the 10 lies or maybe 10 masks for the complex PTSD people, I want to add. That it's a highly difficult problem with people with complex PTSD because
Mm-hmm.
people usually people know adults that could be trusted, but people with complex PTSD, they usually don't
Mm-hmm.
meet people, don't have adults that could be trusted, and they have to
Mm-hmm.
teach. No, they have to learn how to find, maybe not how to find these adults that could be trusted, but how to recognize, not how to find, but to recognize. And for example, from my personal experience, I met a lot of people, a lot of adults that could
Mm-hmm.
not be trusted.
Yeah,
But
that's tricky. Yeah, that's tricky.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's tricky because people that could not be trusted, they usually use this narrative forms and this kind of talks that they should be trusted.
Oh yeah.
So they
Mm-hmm.
criticize you. So they try to tell you how you should live. So how you should look like, what you should do, what you should wear, what you should, how you should behave, how you should organize your personal life. And you think and you feel like a child who actually found an adult person who tries to help you to organize your life. But the tricky thing is that they cannot be trusted
So
because
how
if
can we tell the difference between like that's how can we
very difficult,
differentiate? That's tricky.
yeah,
How do we do that
that's
then?
very tricky and that's very difficult. But I think that when someone tries to force you to do what he or she thinks it's good
Mm-hmm.
for you, so not
Mm-hmm.
to I think that if someone leaves you or gives you, not leaves you, but gives you the opportunity of just thinking about you. So when someone tells you, for example, I think so I can recommend you something, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's good for you to think about it, if it suits to you, if it's matched to you, if it's okay for you. I think that person could be trusted because that person doesn't want to force you to do it. But if you hear that you must do it, that you have to do it, that someone puts a kind of pressure on you, that you have to behave like, for example, he or she, you
Mm-hmm.
have to be aware of that person and you have to think maybe a little bit longer about that person,
Mm-hmm.
if you can trust this person or not. But it's very tricky and it's very difficult, and from my personal experience I know that that I needed a lot of time, and I still need time to recognize that person. And it's very difficult for people with complex PTSD, because they are very often shame, they very often have this kind of shame bound identity,
Mm-hmm.
to recognize adults that could be trusted, because people with complex PTSD disorder and people with shame-bound identity, they try to find someone who will help them, who will tell them, okay, I'm here, I will help you, I will show you the right way, please do not be ashamed. And these people, they are very often addicted to their own personality and their own shame bound identity, because shame.
That's also, isn't it a bit connected to narcissism?
Yeah.
Yeah, would we go in that direction a bit? Like that person always thinks that they are right above all
If
and
I
everything?
understood Heidi's well, the shame-bound identity powiedzieć, że się objawia, shows in two different two different ways. So when you have this kind of shame-bound identity and the toxic shame, which is ingrained into your personality,
Grounded, yeah, inside.
inside, you can show it in two different ways. So that you are better than human. So it's a kind of narcissism. So you know everything better than other people. You are more pure. You are the most purest person ever. You are the most beautiful person ever. You are the most handsome person ever. You know everything the best, or less than human. So you are not good enough, you are not pretty enough, you are not smart enough, you are not healthy enough, you do not work enough, etc., etc. So two extremely different ways, but the point is the solution is in between. So the solution is in the middle of this continuity from the narcissism and to that I'm worth less.
Yeah, because neither extreme is good or healthy, right?
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
either this or this, they are both not too good. Yeah. So we could also say that they have an impact on your freedom of choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they give you absolutely no freedom, actually.
Yeah, no freedom, because you cannot recognize freedom, because you think that your freedom, if you feel that you are worthless, you have no freedom, because your freedom is like in a prison of two different of fragmented self you have. So your fragmented self, which is combined, which is made from your real self and the self you were taught by your parents, caregivers, etc. You are like in a prison of these two different selves, and you believe, or not only believe, but you are sure, and you even know, and you cannot overcome this feeling that you are in a prison of the whole world and of the society, of other people. But if you feel that you are more than human, so you deserve more, you can speak louder, you can say more, even if it's not social
socially acceptable. Yeah.
Acceptable, that you are better just because you are more than human. Then you are, I think that you are in a prison of your self expectations about you. So you still have to be aware of yourself, and you still have to wear the mask that I'm the best. And if someone tells you, oh, it was not a good thing that you, for example, told me that that I'm old, that I'm just a piece of garbage, because people with this high but fragmented self-identity, they think they can say everything. So if I think, for example, that you are fat, I can just tell you, you are fat, you are ugly, you are stupid, you are just piece of garbage. And it's highly tricky to live with, to be in a relationship with that person. So narcissism is something very difficult
To
in
deal
our
with.
life.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if we were to kind of draw some kind of conclusion, because I
Yeah.
suppose that if somebody is in a relationship with someone and it's a rather toxic one, the moment where, because probably for that person who is being criticized, so who is being under that criticism of that person, then they very often don't know that they are in that vicious circle, if you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
so a tip, let's say, would be that the moment that you realize that something is very much against your values or who you perceive yourself to be, that's the moment that you have to actually say goodbye to that person or somehow stop that relationship, right? Because
Yeah, of
it's
course.
bad, it's toxic, yeah.
Yeah, but if you have this toxic shame bound identity, and you are not able to recognize adults that could be trusted, you just think that this very specific person could be trusted and that you have to trust, for example, him, and that when he or she tells you that you are just a piece of garbage because you, for example, look like a, I don't know, fat woman, and I experienced it in my life, you really feel that you do not deserve trust, you do not deserve let's say protection, you do not deserve respect, you do not deserve love, because you feel that you are not deserving all of this stuff. So you do not deserve comfort, you do not deserve just feel good, because you are just a piece of garbage, because you do not feel all of this social toxic expectations, of course. But it's really hard, and as Heidi says, it takes a lot of time. It's a long process, but it's possible. The point is, it is
That's the light
possible.
in the tunnel, yeah.
That's a light in the tunnel. And one more thing before we go to the 10 masks or 10 lies.
Yes.
Peter Walker, Peter Walker's.
Walker,
Walker,
isn't it just Walker?
yeah, Peter
Walker.
Walker says that there's something like broken will in people with complex PTSD.
Okay.
I haven't read his book, but Phoebe says that, and it's something like that when you were young, so during your childhood, someone or something broke your will, and now you are not able to recognize your real will. And for example, when it comes to your work, yesterday I was thinking about my work, about my profession, and I decided to do, days ago after our class, I decided to open this LinkedIn, profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to observe myself. So just to think about my work, about what do I do in my life, when it comes to my profession, when it comes to my educational process, when it comes to the way I earn money and the way I pay my bills. Because
Yes.
during my whole life, my whole professional life, I was thinking about my work as about just
As a form of.
yes, as a part of my life which is ingrained, which is rooted, which is a part of me. But the point is, it's not a part of me, it's just a part of my life now at this very moment, but it can be changed. And the moment when you recognize that your, for example, work can be changed, just that you can just relocate your body and your mind and your
Yes, very
profession. That,
nicely put. Exactly.
yeah,
We are
and
not bound by anything, right? I mean, the
yeah.
only boundary is here in your mind, I suppose, right?
Yes, but people with complex PTSD and shame-bound identity, they are so focused on some stuff, for example, on their work. And now we are just coming to the point because
Yes.
they are addicted. And I had a few notes from Heidi's speech. Uh,
Okay.
but not the speech about lies, because yesterday I was listening three more speech by Heidi, but just to, two or three sentences
Sure.
about addiction. So to avoid feeling of overwhelming shame, we so people with complex PTSD, they form a kind of addicted behaviors, and it developed as a replacement for human intimacy. And even if you are very close to another person, so even if you are in a intimate relationship with a man, woman, etc.,
Okay.
you can spend, for example, 70 years with that man, and you will never open yourself for him, because you are not able to open yourself for you,
Yeah,
because you are
to
using
to to yourself. Yeah.
yourself, because you use all of this because you use the self lie, so you lie to yourself.
But you know, when you think about it, probably the statistics are terrifying in
Yeah,
some cases.
they are. And then you have to use addictions. So you are, for example, addicted. No, you cannot. For example, you are not addicted to alcohol or nicotine,
Nicotine, yes, yes.
or drugs, but you can be addicted, and a lot of people, so plenty of people with complex PTSD are addicted to work, just to
Yeah,
work.
it's a workaholic. Yeah, it's
Yes,
like a holic,
and
alcoholic, workaholic,
and
shopaholic.
yes, and workaholic is a kind of one path and one direction, and the second direction is you are addicted to the place you work.
In sure, yeah,
Yeah, to
because
people.
it's your hiding place, right?
Yes, and you can be addicted to, I don't know, spending money, to for example, to food or to eating. So you can eat a lot, so overeating or
Yes.
restricting with eating. So uh, there are so many different ways of addiction, and you don't have to be addicted to alcohol and nicotine, drugs, and the point is that if you have complex PTSD and you really know how to survive, you will be addicted to things that other people
Yeah.
don't recognize as addictions.
Yeah, that's true. You are right. So we have a tendency as a society to also stigmatize, right? So because as we have just probably concluded, the holism, so the alcoholism or consumerism and all of these, let's say, addictions, they come out of, it's a side effect of complex PTSD.
Mhm. Da. In Macedonian, you say da. Now I was just listening to you, and I was so in your sentences that I was answering with
No
da.
problem. It's
No,
not a problem.
yeah.
So
So you
where do you think the stigmatizing comes from, Asho? Like, why? Because like with depression, it's similar. Yeah, we have this tendency to, as a society, probably recently because of some awareness campaigns, the awareness has risen when it comes to depression, that it is a very severe situation and issue that you need to deal with. And it's just not going to disappear by itself. And you do need help and assistance with that. So why do we tend to push this to the margin when it comes to dealing with these things?
I have no idea. Maybe that's because we are so afraid of mental diseases. We think, and maybe that's because we think that only when it comes to our bodies we can speak about diseases, illnesses, etc. But when it comes to our minds, if you are okay, so if you are not mental,
or mentally ill,
yeah, or mentally ill, you have to deal with your problem. So if I think, if I feel sad, I have to deal with my sadness. If I feel that for example, I feel kind of pain because of my broken relationship, I have to deal with it alone, because that's not a problem. But the problem is that we as human beings, we divided, I have no idea when, but we divided our bodies and our minds.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We treat bodies and minds as two different, I don't know, issues.
Entities.
Entities. Yeah, entities. Thank you.
You're
Two
welcome.
different entities, and we think that bodies are a part of our animal environment, and our minds are a part of our human environment and human beings. But the point is, we are if you divide and if you treat your mind and your body as two different entities, you have the result is fragmented self. Because
voila, there we have it. That's the definition. Bravo.
I'm sure it's not, but I feel
no,
it.
but that's a logical explanation how you could kind of come to the conclusion what it is and what's going on and why has it been going on in such a way.
It's for me, it's absolutely obvious that when I feel safe, for example, when I feel safe, my body's response is good. So I feel like an angel, I can see. So I can say, so I do not feel pain. I want to do a lot of things. I feel that I don't have to sleep a lot. I can do a lot of things. I can go outside. I can walk, and I do not feel physical pain. But if I feel sadness, if sadness is overwhelming me, my body response is very, very touchable.
Tangible, yes, tangible.
Tangible. So I feel, for example, that my hands are very heavy, my legs are very heavy, that, for example, my heart is beating very
like
fast
crazy.
or very slow, or very slow, that I have problems with breathing.
So, but that's true, because your heart can actually beat faster or slower, because if you are
but I do not have the ability of breathing normally. So the point is that it's very easy to observe and to recognize your body's response when it comes to the changes with your minds. So why don't we do it? Why?
That's mindfulness practice. Yeah, exactly.
We think so. If for example, if you feel a pain in your knee, or in your arm, or in your head, etc., you go to the doctor. Or of course, if you do not have complex PTSD, because if you have complex PTSD, it takes you a lot of time, sometimes years, sometimes whole life, to ask help. But if you are a kind of normal person, I can say, you just go to the doctor. But if you feel a kind of metaphorical pain in your head, so if you feel sad, if you feel that you are exhausted, that you are not able to wake up normally, or you feel that you don't want to go outside, that you don't want to walk, that you don't want to go to work, that you are just that something is going wrong in your head, you think that you shouldn't go to the doctor, because if you go to the doctor, it means that you are, crazy person, that you have.
That's the stigma. That's the stigma that I'm talking about, right? Yeah, the social stigma.
So we have to change it. We have to I think that the starting point for changing is to combine the whole body with the whole mind. So we are not stop dividing us as human beings. So we have to understand, I think so, that we are animals, that we are bodies, very specific bodies. So we have heads, hands, knees, legs, etc. And
Yes.
we have a brain,
Yes. Believe it
brain.
or not. Well, it's a brain, but then inside the brain, yeah? That's the
Yeah,
conscious
and
mind.
inside we have a lot of neurons, a lot of neuron structures, etc. And the way we are thinking, it depends on the neurons. For example, on the neurons. But we are animals, and our mind, our body, our neurons are a part of our body. They are not
If we like it
separated.
or not. Yes.
Yeah, and
We
if you
are
do
a
not,
whole body, like
yes,
holistic approach.
if you do not eat in a proper way, if you do not eat good stuff, if you eat just a piece of garbage, if you eat only from time to time, if you do not drink good stuff, oh, it's mine. I'm the guilty person because I drink only wine and coffee. So I should drink
Well,
water.
that's
Uh,
okay.
good.
Wine and coffee, but I'm sure you
Yeah,
put
wine
in some
and
other
coffee.
stuff like tea or water.
Yeah, but I'm aware of the fact that I have to do it. So no, I have to,
That's
but
the
I should
first
do it.
step. Yeah.
Yeah, I should do it if I want my neurons work good, and that you should go for a walk, that you should I don't know, that you should make exercises, that you should be sport oriented, not yeah, sport oriented,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
not
good.
as a specialist, but just, I don't know, run or maybe walk or maybe, I don't know,
Yeah, just
swim,
do some
etc.
exercise. Yeah.
So you have to use your body, because we are Homo sapiens and we have to walk. We have to use our bodies.
If we
We have
like it
to
or
use
not.
our legs.
There
Yeah,
are no vitamins or shakes for
yeah. So,
muscles. I
but
mean, yeah, to make them work.
at the beginning, we should understand that we are one. How can I say it? One entity, not two
Yes,
different entities.
exactly.
And I think that there is a kind of misunderstanding and misleading. I have no idea in other cultures and in other religions, but in Christianity, there's a kind of misunderstanding and misleading in this dogma that we as human beings are divided into this animals part and the human part. So the
In
animal
Christianity?
part, what do you say?
In Christianity? Or
In Christianity, that we were created by the God from a piece of ground, which is a part of our animal life, and that God blow the soul
breathe
into the
air. Yeah.
body, and that's the God, and that's the human, jak to powiedzieć, że to jest ta taka boska część,
Yeah, the divine part.
the divine part. And I think that we do not understand it in a proper way.
Okay.
That we, as religious human beings, we divided these two parts, but these two parts shouldn't be divided, because if we are, for example, Christians, and if we do believe that God not invented, but created everything, it means that he or she, so the God, that invented the ground, so and formed the ground. So he or she is the creator of the ground. So the ground has the part of a God. So thinking about the ground, the piece of ground, that it's not a part of God, is a misleading thing, is a misunderstanding. If you understand what I should,
Yeah,
what,
I got you perfectly. Yes,
what
yes,
I try to
I am
say.
with you. I am with you.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
and
I suppose that's true. So, but that goes back to many centuries probably of philosophy and
yes,
philosophical
and
thinking.
of religious theories, philosophy,
Hmm.
literature too. That, but the point is that we are too. Jak to powiedzieć? No, maybe it's too difficult for the end of the class. Maybe
Okay,
maybe we can start from it next time.
okay, I'll take a note. Yes.
Okay, and maybe we can start from the division between and the separate entities uh,
Okay.
in the Christianity, but with strong refer to 10 lies and 10 masks
Yes,
of
of course, of course, of
PTSD
course.
people. Yeah, and what? Czekaj.
Yes, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Yeah. I want to add one more thing. The last step of healing from toxic shame and complex PTSD disease is exposing the true you to entire world, who you actually are at the core. And I think that it's a good sentence for ending our class.
Okay, to
People
finalize it somehow, to bring it to an
analyze.
end. Okay,
Yes,
so please
even if we
elaborate.
did talk about 10 lies and
No,
10,
we did not.
no, we did not. No, but no, we
Please
did. Yes,
elaborate. Please
we did.
elaborate.
Yeah, because it's inside.
Yes,
It's
it's embedded,
inherent.
it's embedded in the whole
Absolutely,
conversation. It's very
absolutely. So
complex, like
I
the
do
topic is
recommend
complex.
not to change speeches. So next time, so next Tuesday we will be on these three speeches. So Phoebe, Heidi, Phoebe, and 10 lies, Brené Brown, and vulnerability. Yeah, I have to do it. I have to do it to verbalize this word.
Enhance, yes, the expression, of course.
Vulnerability, even if vulnerability it's not so expressive thing.
No, it
So
is not. It's
vulnerability,
actually quite the opposite, yeah?
and Selena de Sola and violence, uh,
Sure,
I'm
sure,
still
sure.
thinking
This is very complex, yeah.
it's very interesting. It's very and it helps us to understand the whole environment, the whole social environment we are living in, and we are spending our lives in.
If we like it or not.
Yeah,
Exactly.
please tell me something nice.
But tell me, you look gorgeous and you're going to have a gorgeous window, which is going
Thank
to be fixed and
you.
working. And you're not going to
I
have
don't
to
have
be
to have
cold.
a gorgeous window, just with a good handle, I
Okay,
just
so
need
the
a good
handle is going to be gorgeous.
I just need a good and well done closing structure, closing
Exactly, to
mechanism.
put it, yes. But what happened with this door handle? It broke or what
No
happened?
idea, no idea, no idea. I was a little bit perplexed this morning. No
I
idea,
understand.
but Vladimir asked them for coming and fixing it, and he even told me yesterday that they will come and he showed me what's wrong with this handle, but I was thinking about something else. And people with complex PTSD, they are so they are when they fix it when they are fixated about
Fixed on
something.
something, fixed on
Yeah,
something. Mm-hmm.
they are not aware of anything else. So I was thinking about Heidi Phoebe and about complex PTSD. So I was not listening to him. And if he now
I
is
hope he
listening,
forgives you.
please forgive me. Yes, my apologies. My
And
apologies
what
because
plans do you have for Friday? What is happening today? So tomorrow is shopping day and this afternoon?
Today
Anything
I'm going
special?
to do my homeworks for my UX UI design course because I'm a little bit late. So not a little bit late. It's a
Very
true
late.
late. Yeah, and tomorrow morning we are going to I wanted to say Barcelona. It's not Barcelona.
Yes, go to Barcelona.
We are
It's
going
a
to
good part.
Belgrade and to IKEA to buy some stuff. And Sunday morning, I'm going back home to Poznań. My mom is waiting for me. My son is waiting for me. Vladimir is crying, actually. So I'm in
Poor
the
guy.
middle.
Poor
I'm
guy.
in the
You
middle.
are
Yeah.
torn between these two worlds now, you see.
Yeah, but I'm but I try not to hide myself, even if sometimes it's very difficult.
Wonderful. Can you just repeat that last sentence because I didn't quite catch it? What did you, this last sentence, because you said something intriguing just before we were asking.
About the last step of healing?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So the last step, because there are, of course, a lot of steps of healing from toxic shame and complex PTSD. And of course, it takes a lot of time, and it's a very long process. But Phoebe says that it's highly important to know. First, to be aware of the fact that there's the last step is, of course, the best step, and it's possible. So that you will expose the true you to entire world. So
Okay.
who you actually are at the core, and if you understand it, that it's possible. So it's very
Crucial.
Yes, it's crucial to understand at the beginning of the whole history of healing and the whole process of healing, to be aware of the fact that at the end, so that the last healing step is the exposing the true you to the entire world, and it's
Exactly,
highly
your
important.
true nature. Like, because what we also have to realize is that everybody is unique, and everybody has their own special gifts and talents, which only you can have. Nobody else can have them, because you are you have your genes, you have your own brain, and there are no two brains which are exactly the same in the universe. I mean, even there is no single star on the sky which is the same, or a single grain of sand which is the same. No tree is the same. Like, everything is unique.
But if you have this shame-bound identity and complex PTSD, in fact, you will it's broken at
Yes,
a young
of
age.
course, of
Yeah,
course.
and you stop believing that you are worth those things like love, care, protection, respect,
Yeah,
comfort.
but these are basic needs. These are basic human needs. When
Yeah.
if they are not fulfilled, then
But
yeah.
you believe that you are inherently worthless.
Yes, I
And
understand, and
you
that's a
understand
complex.
that you are unique, that, for example, I am unique, and that no one is like me, but the uniqueness lays on my worthless,
Worthlessness.
worthlessness.
Yeah.
Worthlessness. I'm worthless. Even if I'm unique, I'm worthless. I feel worthless. And to avoid feeling this overwhelming worthless, I am addicted to many things. For example, the place when I work, some people which so to adults that could not be trusted, etc. So, but
So we're back to square one, back to square one, back to the basics.
yeah.
And these basics need clearing or cleaning or fixing or healing or yes. Okay.
But,
Yes.
but it's possible. It's possible. It's a reverse process, so you can heal yourself, but you have to start. Without starting, there is no.
The first step is the most important one. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
Great.
as we said 3 days ago, there is no ending, because each ending is a new beginning, and I like.
Wow. We have to write that. That's a motto, That's a
Oh,
motto.
thank you.
Very
Yeah.
interesting
Monica,
sentence.
thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you
you
very much.
too.
Thank
Have
you
a
very much.
great day and a nice shopping
Have,
adventure.
have a great weekend, and
Yes.
unfortunately, next time
Yes.
I will be in Poznan.
Oh, don't say unfortunately. You love both places.
It's a word I haven't used this morning, so unfortunately.
Okay, so let it be. Okay. Thank you. Take
Thank you
care.
very much.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.